because she had no solid evidence, but she kept close watch and scouted around her home, but whatever watched was careful, and she never found it out. She should have been afraid, but she had not been raised with fear. She asked her father finally if there was anyone who would wish to hurt her, or him, or her mother or brother. But he only smiled, and said they had nothing anyone would want that would provide reason for harm. He said it in a calm, assured way, a teacher imparting knowledge to a student, and she did not believe he could be wrong. When the black-cloaked figures finally came, they did so just before dawn, when the light was pale and thin. They killed the dog, Old Bark, when he wandered out for a look, an act that demonstrated their dark intent. She was awake by then, alerted by some inner voice tied to her magic, hurrying through the rooms of her home on cat's paws, searching for the danger that was already at the door. Her family was alone that morning, all of the travelers either come and gone or still on their way, and there was no one to stand with them in the face of their peril. Grian never hesitated when she caught sight of the shadowy form sliding past the windows. She yelled for her father. Then she snatched up her 2-year-old brother and carried him down to the earthen cellar. Above, glass broke, wood splintered. She heard her father's angry shouts and oaths. He was a brave man, and he would stand and fight, but it would not be enough. She sensed that much already. Soon black smoke seeped through the floorboards. She heard the crackle of flames. Her parents gone, the intruders would come for her, but she would be quicker and more clever than they expected. She would get out the door that led from the cellar directly into the bushes behind the house. She would run the 5 miles to the next closest home. She would return with help for her brother. She had just barely emerged from the cellar, though, when a hand wrapped in a foul-smelling cloth closed over her face and sent her spiraling downward into blackness. When she awoke, she was bound, gagged, and blindfolded, and she could not tell where she was or who held her captive, or even if it was day or night. She was carried over a thick shoulder, like a sack of wheat, but her captors did not speak. There were more than one. She could hear their footsteps, heavy and certain. She was carried for a long time, then laid upon the ground and left alone. She was hungry and thirsty, and a cold desperation was creeping through her. There could be only one reason she had been taken captive and her parents and brother had been allowed to die. Because somebody wanted her wish song. There was a commotion not long after that, sudden and unexpected, filled with sounds of battle and angry cries. Then she was snatched from the ground and carried off, leaving the sounds behind. The one who carried her now cradled her while running, holding her close, as if to soothe her fear and desperation. She curled into her rescuer's arms, burrowed as if stricken, for such was the depth of her need. When they were alone in a silent place, the bonds and gag and blindfold were removed. She sat up and found herself facing a big man in black robes, a man not entirely human. His face scaly and mottled like a snake's, his fingers ending in claws, and his eyes lidless slits. She caught her breath and shrank from him, but he did not move away. "You are safe now, little one," he whispered. "Safe from those who would harm you, from the dark uncle and his kind." She did not know whom he was talking about. She looked around guardedly. They were crouched in a forest, the trees stark sentinels on all sides. "There is no reason to be afraid of me," the other said, "though I am of mixed breed, both man and Mwelret, and I look scary. I am your friend. I was the one who saved you from those others, from the dark uncle and his shapeshifters." That was twice he had mentioned the dark uncle. "Who is he?" she asked. "Is he the one who hurt us?" "He is a druid. Walker is his name. He is the one who attacked your home and killed your parents and your brother." The reptilian eyes fixed on her. "Think
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.